In this video, I'll compare psilocybin mushrooms with LSD to help you decide which one is better for you. Both of these psychedelics are extremely physically safe and both are extremely beneficial. But which one is more beneficial? Well, if you are taking psychedelics to lower your depression and anxiety, then psilocybin is gonna be a better choice. The data on this subject is still quite limited because psychedelics are illegal for scientists to study, but if you look at the studies we do have so far, psilocybin seems to be more powerful as far as treating depression than LSD, and the same applies to anxiety, and the same most likely applies to reducing stress. The reason is that LSD is usually gentler and usually doesn't allow you to face your traumas in a way that psilocybin can. Psilocybin trips are usually way more intense because the mushrooms are trying to show you all the stuff that you have been stuffing down into your subconscious mind. This is both a good thing and a bad thing because on one hand, psilocybin trips can be extremely challenging, but on the other hand, the fact that they are challenging allows you to heal yourself from your traumas. Perhaps for the same reason, mushrooms are believed to be better for treating addictions. Because when you heal yourself of your trauma, you then will not have to rely on exogenous substances to make you happy, or on TV or social media or whatever your addiction is. How much better is psilocybin than LSD when it comes to this? Well, that is a tricky question because we don't have that much data on these psychedelics, LSD specifically. But from everything that I could find, it seems to me like psilocybin is approximately 2 times better when it comes to these. That is not to say that LSD is not effective for reducing addictions or depression. It's just that psilocybin seems to be way more powerful. When it comes to contemplating human problems or even existential questions, LSD appears to be more powerful. Acid is less confusing than mushrooms and it puts you into this introspective state. So if you want to contemplate and solve some specific practical problem that you have, be it a career problem or a relationship problem, then LSD is gonna be better for that. But also, if you take 300 micrograms of LSD, that is not gonna allow you to focus on your human problems and contemplate them. Or in a way, it does allow you to do that, but lower doses are more suited for that. As I said, psilocybin is more studied, which in a way is a benefit of psilocybin over LSD, but then we kind of know that these substances affect the brain in a similar way. So I would say that they are almost equal as far as their side effects, at least when it comes to its physical safety and mental disorders and things of that nature. LSD tends to be more pleasant and the chance of a bad trip is usually lower. This is great about the psychedelic if you are a beginner psychonaut or you've had a bad experience in the past and you are afraid of tripping. But LSD lasts for significantly longer, around 8 to 12 hours in opposed to 4 to 6 hours, which is the duration of mushrooms. This can be unpleasant. Even 4 hours sometimes feels like a lot. But the benefit of longer psychedelics is that if you stay aware and conscious for these 8 to 12 hours, or sometimes even longer, you will retain a lot of insights from the trip. So if you use the substance for contemplation, LSD is almost definitely gonna be more useful. But if your intention is to do shadow work and heal yourself of traumas from the past, then mushrooms are definitely a better choice. At least a more effective choice. By the way, this is crucial. LSD might not be LSD and can instead be N-bomb. 25I NBOMe can be a dangerous substance, even if you take as little as 2 tabs. So if you are taking LSD and you are not 100% sure that it is LSD, always use a test kit or at the very least, swallow the substance. Because LSD is active even when you swallow it, while N-bomb is not. And if you still choose to take the substance without testing it, and you don't swallow it and you just put it on your tongue, then watch the taste. If the bloater has no taste or slightly bitter taste, then you are probably fine and it probably is LSD. However, if the bloater is extremely bitter and it makes your tongue go numb, then it is N-bomb and you want to trash that. Mushrooms cause nausea more so than LSD. This isn't that big of a deal. I believe that this shouldn't really matter to you all that much, but if you choose to eat mushrooms or even LSD, please don't overeat before you take the substance. This actually happened to me a couple days back, that I had my OMAD, I only eat once a day, and I had the whole thing of 3,500 calories, and then I took LSD. I was fine, I did not puke, I did not get nauseated, which is awesome, but the trip was delayed by like 8 hours. As far as the legality of these substances, both of them are still illegal in most countries around the world, but there are some places where you can take mushrooms legally. And there's a lot more stigma around LSD. Which is why if you tell your doctor that you are taking magic mushrooms to cure depression, maybe he will kind of open his mind to that idea. But if you tell him that you are taking LSD to cure depression, hell no. So each of these substances have their different benefits. It seems to me like a good idea to take both of them to see both perspectives, because both of these drugs can give you different insights. But to conclude, magic mushrooms seem to be more effective long term for most people, while LSD is milder, gentler, and probably safer. I love you, thank you for watching, and share this video if you enjoyed it.